Welcome to Medicated Housewife DIY. In today's DIY video, genius Dollar Tree wood hacks and DIYs. Easily upgrade your home decor with these budget-friendly DIYs. We are showcasing some genius Dollar Tree wood hacks and DIYs that you can use to upgrade your home decor to the next level. These budget-friendly DIYs are perfect for everyone. Using just a few simple Dollar Tree wood boxes and drawers, you can achieve amazing results that will leave your friends and family in awe. Don't let a tight budget hold you back from creating the home of your dreams. These genius Dollar Tree wood hacks and DIYs are perfect for anyone looking to bring a touch of style and sophistication into their home, all while keeping the costs low. Get ready to upgrade your home decor with these incredible DIYs. So stick around and let's go make some stuff and jump right into this. For this first DIY, I'm using 3 of those cute little wood box drawers from Dollar Tree with the cutout design in one side of the drawer, but truthfully, I could not find any in stock at my Dollar Tree or online, so I am recycling older projects that I did with these from last year to do this project. That's why these are painted and are stained or sanded, and hopefully you will have an easier time finding some new ones, but if not, recycling works fine too. There is a picture of the original drawer in the lower left of the screen for your reference. I'm also using 3 of these plastic phone rings, the kind that you slide your finger into to hold your phone. And they do carry ones just like this in the electronics aisle in Dollar Tree, but I picked these up in a set of 4 from Amazon. And I will drop the link for these particular ones in the description box below. I'm using apple barrel acrylic paint in black gloss, which I will link for you below, and I've already used some wood glue to attach 3 of those drawers together from that previous project I told you about. So that's the first thing for you to do, is to attach 3 of these drawers together side by side with some wood glue, and then we're going to paint this entire outside of the 3 drawer set, including all of those edges that are in the front with the black gloss paint. Depending on if your drawers were already painted or stained, you may need to do 2 coats or possibly more for full coverage. Next, I turn my attention to the drawer inserts, and we're using the same black gloss paint. I'm going to paint the outside and the insides of all 3 drawer inserts. And as you can see, some of these inserts had to be sanded down in order to be able to paint over them for our purposes. And we're going to be hiding that little shape cutout on all of the drawers. We're going to be hiding that inside the drawer so that we will have the solid black front piece on the outside of our drawers. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Next, I took 3 of those plastic phone rings outside and I spray painted them with Rust-Oleum metallic bright shiny gold, which I will link for you in the description box below. While those phone rings were drying, I had a bag of these tiny wood angel shapes from Dollar Tree, and I pulled the wings off of the backs of them, which I felt a little bad about, but you know, it's all in the name of crafting, and sanded off any residual glue from those wings. And then I used the same black gloss paint to paint 4 of the now wingless wood angels, which we are going to use as legs for our drawer set. Then I used some super glue wood glue from Dollar Tree, and I spaced the 4 legs out evenly onto the bottom 4 corners of my drawers. And I used a piece of a wood dowel to measure and to ensure that I had the same amount of space from the edges on all 4 of those legs, as you can see me do right here. When my now gold phone rings were dry, I pull them from outside, and I'm going to use some hot glue to attach each one to the front of each of the 3 drawer inserts. And they are going to be our new drawer pulls, and they look amazing, if I do say so myself. Now, full disclosure here, and you know I like to be real with all of you because I had to recycle these wood drawers from other projects. No matter how much I tried to sand them down, some of those inserts were still really hard to slide in and out of the drawers. They got stuck. This is because all of that previous stuff that I had done to them with gluing and stuff before recycling them. You should know that if you guys make this project yourselves and you use some nice new wood drawers from Dollar Tree, you will not have this problem of them sticking, those drawers. The inserts on yours will slide right in and right out without an issue, I promise. And this is the first of my Dollar Tree wood decor hack DIYs. And despite the sticking drawer inserts, I think this is gorgeous and so modern and sleek, high-end looking, perfect for jewelry on a bedroom dresser or even on a living room shelf decoratively. I think it's a stunning piece, and those gold drawer pulls really complete the look for me. I do wish that my inserts weren't sticking like that, but yours will not, and they will just be gorgeous. I think this is a real winner. Our next DIY is also using Dollar Tree wood drawers, but this time we are only using the drawer inserts, and we're using 4 of them to be exact. And once again, I did have to recycle these inserts from other projects. So that required some scraping and some sanding, just like on our previous DIY, but the insides of the inserts are really all that we're going to be seeing for this. So I am not too worried about how the outsides of the inserts will look. The first thing we do is to glue 2 of the square box inserts to one another. And we're going to do this twice. And once those have dried, we're going to take each set of our 2 inserts and we're going to go glue those together, one on top of the other, using some Dollar Tree clips to hold them in place while the glue sets. So we're going to have that nice set of 4 inserts together. I'm using Dollar Tree super glue wood glue for this project throughout. Next, I got a bag of these very thin 3-inch wood circles on Amazon, and I will link them below. You may be able to find similar wood circles in Dollar Tree, although they may be thicker than these. They would still work for our purposes, though. My husband used a saw to cut right through the middle of 2 of those circles, so now I have 4 half circles, similar in width to the sides of my 4 drawer inserts. I had these empty cardboard rolls, like the kind that you find inside a roll of aluminum foil or plastic wrap or something like that. They're much stronger than a paper towel roll, so I am using those as supports for the project. I cut 2 pieces to the same height as my 2x2 drawer inserts, 1 roll to fit on each side of the drawers. These are thinner and they're much stronger cardboard than a paper towel roll, so they will work for our purposes. I'm using super glue wood glue to attach 1 half circle to the bottom of my 4 box set. And I attach it so that the back is flush with the edge of the circle. And there is just a tiny bit of overlap on the circle in the front. As you can see right here, the overlap is in the front of the 4 box set. Next, I take one of my cardboard rolls and I'm going to glue it to the bottom half circle and also to the side of the 4 box set. And as I mentioned before, this roll is going to be like our support beam inside, and we will not see it in the final project. Then I take another half circle and glue that to the top of the cardboard roll and to the side of the 4 box set. Again, flush with the back of the boxes and slightly overlapping in the front of the 4 box set, just like that bottom half circle. Then I do the exact same thing on the other side of the 4 box set, and I'm attaching the half circle to the bottom, followed by a support cardboard roll, and then another half circle on top of that cardboard roll in line with the bottom half circle, so that now both sides of my 4 box set, the ends are rounded and identical. Once the glue is dry, I grab some folk art white chalk paint, which I will link for you below, and I am going to paint the insides of all 4 wood boxes, including those front edges. And I am not painting any of the outside wood. I'm not going to paint the top or the bottom, just inside of those boxes and the front edges of those 4 boxes. Using some packs of the 6-inch wood dowels from Dollar Tree and my miter shears, which I will link for you below, I'm using the shears to trim those dowels to size so that they will fit in between the top and the bottom half circles on the sides of my 4-box set. And I'm going to trim each dowel and then use some wood glue to attach the dowels side by side, surrounding the entire edge of both of those rounded sides. And this is simple. It sounds complicated, but it's simple. It's just a little time consuming, with some of those dowels needing multiple trimmings to fit snugly because, you know, none of those measurements with the Dollar Tree wood boxes or anything are exact. But you want the dowels to fit snugly between the top and the bottom half circles. And I think I used about 3 packs of the dowels to do this. And I did need to use some spare ones that I had on hand, and I got those from Amazon. They're a little longer, and I had to cut them down to size to use them, but they're the same width or diameter as the other dowels from Dollar Tree. And I will link those dowels for you below. I filled in the rounded other side of the set the same way as the first side so that they were both matching. Once my dowels were all set in place, and you can see that the cardboard rolls are no longer visible, I wanted to make some legs for this little mini cabinet, and I wanted them to be a little sleek and modern looking. So I always keep the wood handles from my foam brushes when I'm done with them, just for times like this when you need a nice thick rounded piece of wood. So I measured the approximate height I wanted my cabinet to be, marked the wood handles, and used my miter shears to cut 4 pieces of those wood handles to the same size to use as legs. And then I used some sandpaper to just sand them a little smoother. I wanted to keep all the wood parts that I didn't paint white a natural wood color, but I wanted them a little deeper than just that existing wood color that they had. So I had a bottle of super strong instant coffee, decided to use that as a stain first for the wood legs that I had made, and then used it to stain the top and the bottom of the cabinet and all of those dowels on the side as well. This gave all of that wood a nice deeper, but like not too dark wood tone. Just a nice sort of, light brown, very light, warm brown. And I liked the contrast between the brown and the white inner cabinets. I didn't love the way the seams at the top of the cabinet were visible, so I decided I was best off covering the entire top so it would be all one color or texture. And I started by tracing the top edge on a piece of foam board from Dollar Tree and cut out the foam with a utility knife. Next, I used some hot glue to cover the top of the foam board with some craft paper, just to make it all one cohesive light brown color. And I covered the edges of the foam board with the craft paper as well. I cut a piece of burlap off of a burlap runner I got on Amazon, and I will link it for you below. And I hot glued the burlap on top of the craft paper and covered the edges of the foam board with the burlap the same way that I did with that craft paper, so that none of that foam board edge would be visible. I used some hot glue to attach the burlap covered foam board on top of the cabinet, and that covered all of those ugly seams. I used a piece of dowel to space out where the legs should go on the bottom of the cabinet, and I had traced the legs in place before gluing them down. I also decided it would look best for those legs to be centered under the wood box corners, in the corners of where the boxes were, and not under the rounded ends. Lastly, I was still not crazy about the space left in between the burlap cover that I made and the cabinet, and I thought about covering it with some nautical rope, but I felt it would change the style of the cabinet to more of a rustic feel, and I really just didn't want that. So I ended up cutting off a piece of this wired paper raffia that I had in my stash, and I'll link it below. I used some dabs of hot glue to attach the raffia right into that space between the cabinet and the burlap. And this is my rounded mini cabinet. I was so happy with how this looks. This was a Pinterest inspiration that I had saw a full-size piece of furniture similar to this, and I thought it was just so gorgeous. I think all this light wood contrasting with the white inner cabinet is a really fresh, almost Scandinavian kind of look, and I think this could go in more of a boho direction as well. I think this would be a stunning addition to a spa-style bathroom, maybe to hold some mini soaps or potpourri, just so unique looking. The only thing I think it could use is possibly a different top. I am not 100% sold on the burlap, and I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments how you feel about both of these Dollar Tree wood decor looks and what you would do differently for the top of this rounded cabinet. I want to thank you all for being here and for watching. Your support means so much to me, and if you've enjoyed any of these genius Dollar Tree wood hacks and DIYs, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing. I would love to have you here. Until next time, thanks for watching. My name is Sarah. I'm the Medicated Housewife, and crafting is my medication.